I read Rula Jabrial's book, and when I read it, I thought that was the only movie I needed to make. If I didn't make another movie after that, it wouldn't matter. And if you see Rula, I mean, I don't know if she's going to come in here or not, they look like they could be twins. And I'd seen Freida in Slumdog Millionaire, and even though there wasn't that much of her in there, there wasn't a false note that I saw, and I thought I'd like to meet her.
Oh, thank you.
And so I asked Danny Boyle to put her on tape, and while they were doing the junket for the Oscars or whatever, the two of them kindly put in the time to do that, send it to me, and they did the scene where her father's sick, and when I saw how she behaved with him as her father, I thought, I don't need to look any further, and she was my actress. Well, we both went to Israel and to Palestine and lived there. And so Freida lived in the school where Rula went to school, and she lived in East Jerusalem, and she just went to refugee camps, went to all the different locations, and just spent time there and immersed herself in the psyche and just was herself. I mean, she also came from a place that I felt was more like that than when people come from, actors come from the United States. I wanted somebody who actually came from another world, or had an otherworldly quality to them. And then I thought there was a, and she blended right in. In fact, when I first met Rula, I asked her if she was from India. And she said, no, I'm Israeli. I said, so you're Jewish? She said, no, I'm Palestinian. And I hesitated for a second. She said, are you scared? I said, should I be? Anyway, I should have been, probably, because there's a lot of work that we had to do. And I didn't have to work very hard with her. Freida was totally prepared, and she played from 16 years old till 22. And I think that being aware of where you are through all of that, and there's this kind of the nuance of an adolescent becoming sexually and politically aware at the same time, and just being in very stark kind of situations, and she just broke my heart. I mean, I'd sit at the monitor sometimes crying, watching her. One day after they did the scene where her friend was killed, and E.M. Abbas says to her, this is your chance, don't lose it. The difference between you and the kids in the refugee camp is this school. And she said, I lost Hadil. I called Jerome Sadu, who was the financier, and I said, we definitely have a movie.
Well, you know, when your director has that much faith in you, it just becomes so much easier, because a lot of times what you look for is not, you're always looking to try and get this character right, but you're also looking for this kind of confidence. And there's a little story that happened before I got into the project where there was a problem getting me on board. It was more of a financial.
She was from India, and yeah. it was an Israeli-French co-production, and I wanted her to play Miral, and they said, you know, we want you to do what you want, but it's going to cost $2.5 million because she's not part of this
European.
This tax agreement, and there's a certain amount of points that you have, and 3 points are for the director. So I said, okay, take my name off the film, give it to an Italian person, and but she should play this role. I don't care if I have the credit under my name.
So when someone says that, it just says so much to you. It speaks volumes about how much this person really believes in you. And I was like, I have to do everything to do justice to this amazing woman that I'm playing in this film, and to give back to Julian tenfold, you know.
So what happened was they figured out to make it a Indian co-production also, and thus she's sitting here with me.